It's day 28 of the Walk Off the Weight series for women over 50, and we're going for a toning walk. Grab your lightest dumbbells and let's go. All right, killer bees, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving. Have your dumbbells completely out of the way over on Blossom's chair. Let's get moving with some arm circles and high knees. You guys, welcome to the workout. I'm already singing. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend, and you know how I feel about today's workout. Yeah, you do. I know. It's gonna be so much fun. I love cardio toning workouts like this one, and I do get really excited about them because I have for us today, I have some mini circuits. Not too many, but just the right amount and just the right length. They're little circuits, and we're going to go through each of them 3 times so that we can get a really nice burn today. Now, here's the thing. Let me talk to you about the burn. Well, actually, did I tell you the intervals? They're set for 30 seconds. So here's the thing about burn, and here's the thing about using your lightest dumbbells, or honestly, going hands-free. I'm always on board with whatever it takes to make sure that today and every day and the entire series as a whole is moderate for you. So I'm using my lightest dumbbells, and I'm going to take today at paces that make sense for the individual exercises. Now I know that we've talked about this, and I know that here on day 28 you're starting to get a sense. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers. You're starting to get a sense of the different exercises and the way that we go through them and the different way that I present workouts, and I hope that you are starting to feel what's moderate for you. It's different for every person, and this is probably the question that I answer more than any other as a fitness professional. What exactly is moderate? And I know you guys want to pin me down on it, and I wish, trust me, I'm not being coy. If there was some way that I could explain to you exactly this is how you find moderate, I would. You find moderate by knowing what's not moderate. You find moderate by doing too much. You find moderate, actually you really can't do too little. You find moderate by accidentally doing too much. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes, because welcome to my home. Welcome to Miss Blossom in her chair again today. You guys, she follows me around everywhere. It's why she's been sitting in the chair all month. She just follows me around from room to room, and I feel so bad. If you have animals, I know you know this. You go into a room for like 10 seconds and your dog follows you, and you're like, no, sweetie, just stay on the couch. You didn't have to get up. So I've been going back and forth getting ready for this workout, doing my hair, doing my outfit and stuff. And she's a poor girl, she's just like keeps following me around. She's already gotten her steps in for today, so she's gonna just sit there now. Let's go ahead, if you are grabbing dumbbells, let's go ahead and grab our dumbbells, and we're gonna get started with 30 seconds of walking. So here's what it looks like. We're gonna walk in between the mini circuits. So this is kind of like an extended warm up right now. When it beeps, we're gonna go into triceps curl downs, which is the one where we start with the weights here at our chest and we curl our arms down, and actually get your hand all the way so that your palm is facing away from your body. We're gonna tap out that same foot while we're doing this triceps curl down. And these 30-second intervals, I actually made like a concerted effort today to make sure that we're keeping our hands, oh my gosh, my elbow just popped. We're doing the triceps curl downs now. I tried really hard to make sure that we're not doing too much overhead today. So when it beeps, what we're gonna do is kicking punch ups. Speaking of overhead, of course, we're gonna do some overhead. I mean, come on, that's how this works. So we're gonna kick while we're punching up. I'm gonna try really hard to kick with my opposite foot and punch with my opposite hand. We'll see how that works out for me. It may or may not. I never know what my body's gonna do from day to day. Sometimes it totally follows what my brain is asking it to do, and sometimes it just kind of does its own thing. Now you notice, this is cardio, but my pace isn't very fast. I'm not zipping through this motion. I am really thinking about what I'm doing and where my heart rate is and what it's gonna be doing for the rest of the workout. Coming up next, our third exercise in our mini circuit is can-cans. We get to keep our hands down unless you want them to go up overhead. I know that here we go with a knee and a kick and a knee and a kick. One of the things that I notice about myself as a fitness trainer is that I really want to explain myself to you and help you do the right thing every time so that you can get the most amazing results when it beeps again. Of course, we're going to do those triceps curl downs. This was our circuit, so we're going to go ahead and start again with those triceps curl downs. And I want so bad for you to like never make mistakes and go directly from A to B. Here we go with those triceps curl downs. Like get amazing weight loss results. You know, start out from the get-go, like exercising moderately and watching your calories and knowing exactly how many of them to eat and having success with it every single day and like magically being able to sleep well every single night and not having any trouble at all drinking your water. When it beeps, we're gonna do those kicking punch-ups. Never mess up your words. I want you to be able to manage your mind right away. Like I want for you, for this process to be super, super easy. No problems, no bumps in the road, no obstacles in your way. And yet I happen to know I am a girl who learns things the hard way, or I don't learn them at all. When it beeps again, we're doing can-cans. And it's so funny to me that what I want for other people is to not ever have to learn things the hard way, to not ever accidentally do too much. Here we go with a knee and a kick and a knee and a kick. This was our second time through this mini circuit, so when it beeps again, we're coming back to those triceps curl downs. And yet, in my own life, I can't think of a single thing that I've learned that I've like really needed to learn without a lot of obstacles, without a lot of, frankly, tears and maybe even some shouting and probably some rough nights. So here we go with those triceps curl downs. I frankly have done way too much, way too many times on my way to finding moderate. And I still struggle with it sometimes. Not every day is going to be a perfect day where you did everything exactly right. When it beeps again, we're doing those kicking punch-ups for the third and final time. And what I want you to know about that is that there is no harm, unless you injure yourself, like always, kicking punch-ups. Unless you injure yourself, there's no harm in making a mistake. There is no harm in having trouble. There's no harm in facing obstacles. In fact, my real wish for you is that you face all of those things. Is that it's kind of not the easiest thing you've ever done in your life. When it beeps again, we're doing can-cans. Speaking of not the easiest thing you've ever done in your life. Right, Jennifer? You guys, when you face obstacles, it is such an opportunity to learn. Yes, it's also an opportunity to get angry and cry and feel upset and have a hard time and feel like maybe this isn't your destiny and maybe this is not what you are supposed to be doing in your life. And when it beeps again, we're going to go back to our walking and we're in between mini circuits. So we're going to take a little bit of a kind of a break, honestly. This is feeling right on the edge of moderate for me. And if it feels like that for you, here we go back down to walking. If it feels like it for you, drop your weights. It's okay to either make a mistake or to do the right thing. When it beeps again, you guys. Okay, we're doing ding-dongs. We're doing real live, regular, nothing weird about them ding-dongs on both sides. Our hands are swinging low from side to side, just meaning that they're not going up overhead. And while they are swinging, we're kicking out that same leg on that same side, and we're really gonna get it rocking like some weeble wobbles. Ding and dong, tipping from side to side like a bell chiming, or like a weeble wobble, weebling and wobbling and not falling down. When it beeps again, we're doing reach across high and low. Sometimes we do reach across just all by itself. It occurred to me that might be a little bit too much, not really overhead, but just too much high. So we're going to reach across high on both sides and then reach across low on both sides. It's still the same motion where we're reaching across, tapping out that same foot out to the side. So reach across high, reach across high, reach across low, reach across low. It's a different motion. Yeah, it saves our shoulders a little bit, but oh, do you feel that work in your legs and your hips? No matter what we are doing, we are always getting some good toning when we are moving. Whether or not you have weights in your hands, we are toning our body right now. When it beeps again, we're going to do push-push. Not going to include the crunch on this one. We're just pushing and pushing from side to side. 2 pushes one way. So here we go. Push and push and push and push the other way. This is our mini circuit. When it beeps again, we're going to come back to ding-dongs. This one, I think, because it is the middle circuit, probably my favorite. You know, there's something about being in like the middle of a workout where you've hit that sweet spot. You're warmed up. You feel pretty good. Things are going okay. We're going to do ding-dongs next. I think I said that. But I specifically really chose, apparently, some of my favorite exercises. So here we go with ding and dong. Some of my favorite exercises in this little mini circuit. I do that sometimes very unintentionally. I don't realize it until later, how I sometimes really stack the workouts. Like I try and start us off easy-ish most of the time, and then I move into that sweet spot where it's all fun and games, and then I finish us off with the hardest stuff. When it moves again, we're doing that reach across high and low. So these happen to be, for today, 3 of some of my favorites. Reach across high and reach across low. And you know, I mean, speaking of struggling, sometimes here in the middle, and maybe this is why I kind of unintentionally stack workouts with some of my favorite stuff in the middle. Sometimes in the middle of a workout, we do start to struggle, just mentally or physically. We start to wonder, okay, can I really get through this? And it's kind of nice to give yourself something fun to do in the middle of it. I mean, it's work. It's a workout. Here we go with push, 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 and push, and push, and push. And yes, I have to say it because otherwise I won't be able to do it. There are some exercises that just don't come as easily to me. They just don't flow out of my body the way that some of them do. When it beeps again, we're going to do ding dongs, which does tend to be an easier one for me. I enjoy this push, but I enjoy it because it's a little bit not the easiest thing for me. Here we go on one side and the other side. Ding and dong. This is our 3rd time through this mini circuit. When it beeps again, going to do that reach across high, reach across low. You know, when you find yourself struggling, crying, yelling, feeling like maybe this isn't for you, facing obstacles, wondering how in the world you can possibly move forward, here's a little metaphor for you here in the middle of this workout where we're having some of my favorite exercises. Here we go with reach across high and reach across low. That sometimes is the secret sauce. Give yourself a treat. Give yourself something fun. Make it enjoyable in a way that, yeah, it's still work, but let it feel like a game. Let it feel like something pleasurable so that you can keep on keeping on. You know, when we're halfway through, this was something that I used to think about all the time when I used to have an outdoor boot camp. When it beeps again, doing that push. So here we go, push and push. I used to intentionally avoid telling people when we were halfway. There's something about that word, halfway, that can feel either amazing, like, oh my gosh, I'm already halfway done, or oh my gosh, I'm only halfway done. And I'm very conscious of how there are different ways that we can interpret pretty much everything. And so I always made a big point, if the workout was going to be, here we go back to walking. If the workout, for example, was 30 minutes long, I waited until 16 minutes in, and I would say we're well over halfway done. Kind of like what I'm going to tell you right now. We are well over halfway done now. When it beeps again, we're going to do forward hinge arm flappers. Oh my gosh, I actually, you know what? I kind of stacked the last mini circuit with some fun stuff too. I love forward hinge arm flappers. I will tell you, I have on more than one occasion though, with dumbbells in my hand, smacked my hands together and smacked my fingers with the dumbbells. So be careful with that. Hands up overhead, forward hinge while we flap our arms. I am intentionally going a little bit slower than I would go if I did not have anything in my hands. You help yourself to figuring out what feels moderate. If that means that you accidentally pushed too much today and you realize tomorrow that it wasn't moderate, that is a beautiful learning opportunity. When it beeps again, we're doing twisting kicks. Hands just stay right about your chest level. We're going to twist to one side while kicking with that same leg, which means that we're getting a really good twist in our middle, really thinking about having your core pulled in, squeezing from your abs. Yeah, it's cardio, but there's always toning when it beeps again. We're going to do letter Ks. I have to tell you, my friend Lori gave me the best mnemonic device. Okay, all month long, we've been doing letter Ks, like every other day. I love that exercise. I find it relatively easy. It's enjoyable. It's pretty simple for even those of us who are really coordinatedly challenged. And my friend Lori told me, because I always ask or I always make a comment about, it's a letter K on one side, it's not the letter K on the other. And she's like, Paula, here you go. It's not the letter K when you're pointing at the wall. And it is the letter K when you're pointing at your kitchen. Yes, indeed. My kitchen is directly behind me, but I have to go around that wall to get to it. I will never forget anymore which side is the letter K for you. Here we go with those forward hinge arm flappers. And yes, I know you noticed. A little bit more overhead. This is our third mini circuit. Therefore, the work is getting harder. Now I will tell you, this is not a metaphor for your weight loss journey. Some things are, some things are not. Honestly, it doesn't have to get harder. I hear all the time, oh, I'm on the last 5 pounds and you know that's harder. No, it's not necessarily. When it beeps again, we're doing twisting kicks. The thing that makes it hard is thinking that something is hard. Here we go with those twisting kicks. You know, when I made a point during boot camp to try and help people think a certain way, I realized later, of course, because I wasn't really doing a lot of thought work then, but I realized later that I can't manage your thoughts for you. I can't manage your work for you. I can't make you do or feel anything. When it beeps again, we're doing those letter Ks, but you can. You absolutely can. You can choose what to do, what to think, what to say, how to be. Here we go with letter Ks. You get to choose whether or not this is tough, whether or not you see obstacles as the end or as a little bit of a blip on your way to ultimate success. I know for a fact that you can be successful. I know for a fact that you can lose all the weight you want to lose, that you can get as toned as you want to get. When it beeps again, we're doing forward hinge arm flappers. You can have any goal you want for yourself. I know that. I don't have to be convinced, but maybe you do. And me saying that to you isn't the thing that convinces you. You living into it and realizing for yourself by making mistakes, by doing the wrong thing sometimes, by pushing too hard, by doing eating too little, not necessarily doing too little. When it beeps again, doing those twisting kicks. When you make the journey yours, my friends, you will have so much more success. It doesn't feel like it at the time. Here we are with twisting kicks. In fact, in the middle of it, maybe today is a crying day, maybe today is a yelling day, maybe today is a lousy feeling day, or it's an amazing feeling day. You're gonna have both, and both of them have information for you about how to move forward. When it beeps again, moving forward, we're gonna do letter Ks for the third and final time, you guys. We have just about wrapped up not too many circuits. Hands up overhead. Letter K towards the kitchen. And not the letter K, but that is not the letter K on the other side. When it beeps again, you know, well, we're done-ish. We're not quite finished. I do have one more walking interval for us so that we can bring our heart rate down a little bit because, oh, yes, indeed, we do have some balance work. And in fact, you may absolutely choose for yourself whether or not you would like to have weights in hand for the balance work or not. Whew, doggies. Okay, here we come back to walking. Let me tell you what it is. It is one interval on each side. We are doing a single-sided, wide open side kick, which means that one hand and one leg are opening up and kicking out to the side for one whole interval at a time. You get to decide if you want to do weighted or unweighted, if you want a chair or not a chair, if you need a wall or not a wall. You get to decide for yourself and empower yourself to maybe make a mistake, to maybe do too much, to maybe, oh golly, to maybe have a rough time, and then you get to choose how you see it. I have learned in my lifetime of learning things the hard way that I really enjoy the toughness of it now. I enjoy the struggle, not in the moment of the struggle, but really immediately afterwards when I realize that I totally made that through. Not necessarily on my own. I always have help, goodness gracious. I have you, you have me, we have each other, but you ultimately are the one getting all of your results. You get to own that. You get to be amazed by the mistakes that you've made and the success that you ultimately get. You guys, the next time it beeps is the last time that it's gonna beep. We started off singing, we're finishing singing, but I'm singing now because it's tough, not because I'm excited. But when we're done here, we're better than done. We're finished. You guys, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, speaking of finished, I know you guys are gonna ask me, because we're here on day 28. Let's go ahead and do some arm circles, you guys. This series is absolutely intended to be repeated over and over and over and over, as many times with as many mistakes as you need to until you get your goal. This work is enough. I tell you every day, I remind you every day to do the longer cool down and to go watch the video about the 5-0 method, about the 5 things that we're doing. It's not just one thing, it's not just exercise. There's other parts of this program that are as important and more important. Let's go ahead and open it up. Oh my gosh. And close it up. Give yourself a big hug. No matter if today was a mistake day, a perfect day, or anything in between, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you here. Learning, doing, being. It's an amazing place to be. Thank you so much every day, honestly, for working out with me. And of course, make sure you click the subscribe button. And I'll see you tomorrow.